You've made it. You've crossed the incredible threshold of 75 years, a triumph of modern longevity. But here is the terrifying truth that doctors and longevity experts often fail to communicate clearly. Your body, your internal hardware, has just hit a series of pre-programmed obsolescence triggers. These are not minor aches and pains. These are 10 fundamental, biological shifts that affect everything from how deeply you sleep to how easily you can fight off a common cold. They are silent, relentless, and if ignored, they accelerate decline. We are not talking about wrinkles or gray hair. We're talking about catastrophic, underlying system failures that begin to cascade, often without a single noticeable symptom, until it's too late. Did you know that the simple act of standing up quickly can now be a life-threatening maneuver? Or that the protein you've been eating your whole life is now barely being utilized? Today, we're going deep. We are exposing the 10 terrifying changes that strike virtually everyone once they hit 75, giving you the specific, actionable defenses you need to slow down, and in some cases, reverse this physiological timetable. You deserve to know the truth. Stay locked in, because the 10th change we reveal is the most socially isolating and damaging of all. We start with the change that literally steals your strength and independence: the rapid, silent erosion of your muscle mass. Get ready to rethink every protein shake you've ever consumed. Do you feel less stable and weaker now than you did just 5 years ago, even if you feel you haven't changed your diet or activity level? Tell us your age and one surprising change you've noticed in the comments below. In the next 2 sections, we're dissecting the 2 pillars of physical strength: muscle and bone. Understanding why they fail is the first step toward rebuilding them stronger than ever. Let's dive into sarcopenia, the silent thief. We need to understand not just that muscle declines, but the cellular mechanism behind the decline and what specific amino acids can throw a wrench in its plans. We're talking about specific dosage and timing, not general health advice. We have to be meticulous because the body at 75 plus is highly resistant to muscle building. It's a cellular battlefield. We are facing metabolic inertia, and breaking through requires precise, targeted nutritional and resistance protocols. We'll expose the specific metabolic pathway that fails and the exact trigger needed to reactivate it. This is not optional viewing. If you skip this, you're forfeiting years of mobility. Remember, mobility is independence. Independence is freedom. Don't let sarcopenia steal your freedom. This video is your counteroffensive. The first change is sarcopenia, which translates literally to poverty of flesh. After age 75, muscle loss accelerates rapidly. We are talking about losing up to 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade, but the rate can spike sharply in your late 70s. Why does this happen? It's not just a matter of reduced activity. The primary biological culprit is anabolic resistance. Your muscles become deaf to the signals that used to tell them to grow. Specifically, the protein synthesis pathway, primarily mediated by a complex called mTOR, becomes sluggish and unresponsive. You could eat a massive steak, and your body would absorb and utilize the protein far less efficiently than it did decades ago. But there is a nutritional cheat code, a specific amino acid that acts like a cellular megaphone, shouting instructions to the mTOR pathway. Find out what it is and exactly how much you need to take in this very section. The key to counteracting this lies in 2 areas: leucine and timing. Leucine is the most critical branch-chain amino acid, BCA, for activating mTOR. Studies suggest that individuals over 75 need a higher leucine threshold, around 2.5 to 3.0 grams of leucine per meal, to maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis, MPS. This often requires supplementing or specifically selecting leucine-rich protein sources. Furthermore, the timing is crucial. Consuming this protein within an hour of resistance training magnifies the anabolic effect. Resistance training itself doesn't need to be heavy. Consistent, high-repetition work using resistance bands or light weights can be extremely effective. Ignoring this accelerated muscle loss leads directly to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and dramatically increases the risk of falls. This isn't just about strength. It's about survival. What is your preferred form of protein, e.g., whey, eggs, plant-based? And have you noticed that even with exercise, building muscle feels almost impossible? Share your current fitness challenge. We cannot overstate the importance of this. Sarcopenia is the gateway to frailty. It is a metabolic catastrophe that diminishes your body's ability to handle glucose, manage weight, and maintain energy levels. By targeting leucine and utilizing resistance exercises, you are fighting the foundational cause of physical decline. It is non-negotiable. Change number 2 strikes at your skeletal infrastructure, the swift, insidious march of osteoporosis. After 75, particularly in women, bone loss accelerates, turning your internal framework into something increasingly brittle and prone to fracture. A hip fracture in this age group is a life-altering, often fatal, event. The biological mechanism is a shift in the balance between osteoblasts, bone-building cells, and osteoclasts, bone-resorbing cells. The osteoclasts start winning the battle decisively. Furthermore, aging skin produces less vitamin D, and the kidneys are less efficient at converting it to its active form, calcitriol, which is essential for calcium absorption. Are you relying only on calcium and vitamin D to save your bones? You're missing a crucial fat-soluble vitamin that acts as the traffic cop, directing calcium out of your arteries and into your bones where it belongs. The critical, overlooked nutrient is vitamin K2, specifically menaquinone, 7 or -7 Malawian quatches. K2 activates osteocalcin, a protein that binds calcium to the bone matrix. Without K2, calcium often ends up in soft tissues, contributing to arterial calcification, a double biological negative. The recommended vitamin D level for optimal bone health is often higher than traditional guidelines suggest, aiming for a blood serum level of 50 to 80 nanograms per milliliter. This often requires supplemental doses of 5,000 IUs or more daily, always under professional guidance. Equally important is the mechanical stimulation of bone through weight-bearing exercise. This means walking, light jogging, if joints allow, or controlled impact like heel drops. Anything that sends a pressure wave through the skeleton. Astronauts lose bone density in zero gravity. You must provide gravity and resistance. Do you currently incorporate any form of high-impact or weight-bearing exercise, like walking or gentle stair climbing, into your daily routine? Or are you focused mainly on low-impact activities like swimming? Change number 3 is the great sleep heist. After age 75, many people report they need less sleep. This is a myth. They get less sleep because their sleep architecture changes profoundly. Deep sleep, slow-wave sleep, or SWS, and REM sleep, the restorative and memory consolidating phases, dramatically decline. You spend more time in light sleep, resulting in frequent awakenings and a feeling of being unrest. The biological drivers? A diminished production and shifted timing of melatonin and a general weakening of the body's central circadian pacemaker, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN. Are you making the one simple daytime mistake that absolutely demolishes your ability to get restorative deep sleep at night? It involves sitting down during the day. The biggest culprit is the nap trap. Long, late afternoon naps steal your sleep pressure, the buildup of adenosine that makes you tired enough for SWS at night. If you must nap, keep it under 30 minutes and before 3 p.m. Another strategy is managing light exposure. Morning exposure to bright sunlight or a light therapy box helps reset the SCN, strengthening your internal clock. Conversely, absolute darkness is required at night. A critical nutritional factor is magnesium L-threonate, which crosses the blood-brain barrier and has been shown to improve deep sleep cycles in some studies. Do you regularly wake up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. and struggle to fall back asleep? What is the first thing you typically do when you wake up during the night? Understanding the sleep paradox is crucial because poor sleep is the catalyst for cognitive decline and increased pain sensitivity. You are not destined for poor sleep. You are simply facing a biological change that requires a change in strategy. This is about prioritizing sleep hygiene like never before, consistent bedtime, cool room temperature, and ditching the late-night screens. Change number 4 is a potentially lethal silent change, the failure of your internal thermostat, known as thermoregulation. As you age, the hypothalamus, the brain's center for temperature control, becomes less sensitive. Additionally, the number of sweat glands decreases, and the body's ability to constrict or dilate blood vessels in the skin is slower. This means you are far less effective at managing core body temperature, leading to a much higher risk of hypothermia, cold, and hyperthermia, heat stroke. We will reveal the one critical fluid dynamic that fails after 75, making you susceptible to heat stroke even on moderately warm days. It's often mistaken for a lack of thirst. The problem is compounded by a phenomenon called diminished thirst sensation. Older adults often do not feel thirsty until they are already significantly dehydrated. This is a dangerous disconnect, as even mild dehydration severely impairs the body's ability to sweat effectively and cool down. Your action plan must be preemptive, scheduled hydration. Do not wait for thirst. Set reminders to drink water or unsweetened electrolyte solutions consistently throughout the day. Furthermore, many common medications, e.g., diuretics, blood pressure drugs, can interfere with temperature regulation, so regular consultation with a physician about environmental risks is non-negotiable. The solution is not to simply turn up the heat or the air conditioning, but to monitor the core temperature of your living environment with specific precision. Extreme care must be taken during seasonal transitions. Do you find yourself feeling cold when others feel comfortable, or conversely, getting overheated very easily? How many glasses of water do you consciously drink each day? Be honest. Change number 5 is an internal traffic jam, the pervasive slowdown of your entire digestive system. After 75, 2 critical functions decline. Peristalsis, the muscular contractions that move food, slows, leading to chronic constipation, and stomach acid, hydrochloric acid or HCl, production decreases drastically. This reduced HCl, a condition called hypochlorhydria, is a major problem. Without enough HCl, you can't properly sterilize food, you can't fully release vitamin B12 from protein, and you can't properly activate pepsin, the enzyme needed to break down proteins. If you take a common antacid, you are unknowingly sabotaging your ability to absorb the very nutrients needed to fight sarcopenia and bone loss. Discover the simple vinegar test that can tell you if your stomach acid is too low. The inability to break down protein and absorb vitamin B12 and iron is why many older adults suffer from failure to thrive. The solution starts with fiber and fermentation. Increasing soluble and insoluble fiber, lentils, oats, high-fiber vegetables, is essential for motility. But for nutrient absorption, you may need targeted support. Some individuals benefit from taking betaine HCl with meals, again, under professional guidance, to restore the proper acid environment for protein digestion and B12 release. For B12 specifically, moving to a sublingual, under the tongue, form or injection bypasses the stomach acid requirement entirely, ensuring proper utilization. Have you noticed a persistent feeling of being full or having heartburn even after eating small meals? Do you take any antacids or acid-blocking medications regularly? This is not just about comfort, it is about fuel. A compromised digestive system starves your body of the essential building blocks, amino acids, vitamin B12, and calcium, that you need to fight the other 9 biological changes on this list. Addressing this traffic jam is fundamental to reviving your energy and overall health. Change number 6 is a compromised defense grid, immunosenescence. This is the process of your immune system aging. Specifically, the thymus gland, which trains T cells, the soldiers of your adaptive immunity, shrinks drastically after puberty and is largely inactive by your 70s. Existing T cells become less effective at recognizing new threats, making you more susceptible to viruses, flu, and pneumonia, and less responsive to vaccines. Are you taking the one common mineral that is absolutely crucial for T-cell function and is severely depleted in 90% of older adults? It's often overshadowed by vitamin C. The primary defense against immunosenescence is micronutrient optimization, specifically zinc and selenium. Zinc is fundamental to the function of virtually all immune cells. Unfortunately, aging and certain dietary restrictions lead to widespread zinc deficiency. Supplementing with 15 to 30 milligrams of elemental zinc daily, along with a focus on selenium, can dramatically improve immune cell response. Furthermore, your immune health is intrinsically linked to your gut microbiome. Since 70% of your immune system resides in your gut, poor digestion, Section 5, directly impairs immunity. Prioritizing fermented foods, kefir, sauerkraut, and high-quality probiotics is a powerful countermeasure. Finally, staying current with the correct, high-dose flu and pneumonia vaccines is the absolute bedrock of your defense strategy. How often do you typically get sick with a cold or flu during the winter months compared to 10 years ago? Are you actively supplementing with zinc or vitamin C? Your body's military is aging, and you are its commander. You must supply it with the essential ammunition, zinc, selenium, probiotics, and conduct regular training, vaccines. Change number 7 affects your most critical organ network, cardiovascular aging and arterial stiffness. After 75, your arteries lose their elasticity, a condition known as arteriosclerosis. This makes them less able to dampen the pressure wave from each heartbeat. The result is higher systolic blood pressure, the top number, and an increased risk of stroke and heart attack. The biological cause is the breakdown of elastin and collagen in the arterial walls, and often the buildup of calcium and plaque, atherosclerosis. The simple act of breathing in a specific way can instantly unlock a pathway in your body, producing a gas that signals your blood vessels to relax and become more pliable. We're talking about nitric oxide. You have a powerful, natural vasodilator at your disposal, nitric oxide, NO. NO signals the blood vessels to relax, lowering blood pressure and improving circulation. NO production is naturally stimulated by two things: diet, beets, dark leafy greens like arugula, and specific breathing exercises. Using a technique called nasal breathing and slow, deep abdominal breaths increases NO production in the nasal sinuses, improving blood flow. Furthermore, consistent aerobic exercise, even low-impact walking for 30 minutes daily, is the most powerful anti-aging medication for the heart. It forces the arteries to flex and remain pliable. Do you currently know what your average systolic blood pressure reading is? Do you find that high-intensity exercise is now much more difficult than low-intensity, or are you avoiding exercise altogether? Arterial stiffness is the clock on your heart health. You must aggressively fight it with diet, specific breathing techniques, and non-negotiable daily movement. Think of your arteries as hoses. If they dry out and stiffen, they become fragile. Your goal is to keep them flexible and strong through daily care. Change number 7 affects your most critical organ network, cardiovascular aging and arterial stiffness. After 75, your arteries lose their elasticity, a condition known as arteriosclerosis. This makes them less able to dampen the pressure wave from each heartbeat. The result is higher systolic blood pressure, the top number, and an increased risk of stroke and heart attack. The biological cause is the breakdown of elastin and collagen in the arterial walls, and often the buildup of calcium and plaque, atherosclerosis. The simple act of breathing in a specific way can instantly unlock a pathway in your body, producing a gas that signals your blood vessels to relax and become more pliable. We're talking about nitric oxide. You have a powerful, natural vasodilator at your disposal, nitric oxide, NO. NO signals the blood vessels to relax, lowering blood pressure and improving circulation. NO production is naturally stimulated by two things: diet, beets, dark leafy greens like arugula, and specific breathing exercises. Using a technique called nasal breathing and slow, deep abdominal breaths increases NO production in the nasal sinuses, improving blood flow. Furthermore, consistent aerobic exercise, even low-impact walking for 30 minutes daily, is the most powerful anti-aging medication for the heart. It forces the arteries to flex and remain pliable. Do you currently know what your average systolic blood pressure reading is? Do you find that high-intensity exercise is now much more difficult than low-intensity, or are you avoiding exercise altogether? Arterial stiffness is the clock on your heart health. You must aggressively fight it with diet, specific breathing techniques, and non-negotiable daily movement. Think of your arteries as hoses. If they dry out and stiffen, they become fragile. Your goal is to keep them flexible and strong through daily care. Change number 8 targets your command center, the erosion of cognitive reserve and brain plasticity. After 75, the brain retains most of its knowledge, crystallized intelligence, but fluid intelligence, the ability to solve new problems quickly, declines. This is often due to the weakening of connections, synapses, between neurons and a reduction in the rate of neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons. The brain's overall ability to rewire itself, its plasticity, is diminished. You can force your brain to create new connections by learning one simple skill that requires coordination between your mind and your body. The answer is not Sudoku or crossword puzzles. The most effective countermeasure is complexity and novelty. Simple, repetitive tasks like crossword puzzles only strengthen existing pathways. To promote neurogenesis and plasticity, you must learn something new and complex that engages multiple senses and motor skills. This could be learning a musical instrument, a new language, or coordinated movement skills like dancing or specialized balance drills. The key is to make the task effortful and slightly frustrating. Nutrition also plays a massive role. Omega-3 fatty acids, DHA, and EPA are crucial building blocks for neuronal membranes. Consistent, high-dose omega-3 supplementation is non-negotiable for supporting brain health at this stage. Additionally, maintaining strong social connections is a surprisingly powerful protector of cognitive reserve, as complex social interaction forces the brain to perform rapid information processing. What is one entirely new skill or subject, not related to your previous career, that you have attempted to learn in the last 6 months? Did you find it frustrating? That's a good sign. Your brain is a muscle that responds to challenge. Do not let it atrophy on easy tasks. Embrace the frustration of learning something new. It's the sensation of your brain literally building new architecture. Change number 9, the final change, is the slow, agonizing shrinking of your external world, the rapid decline of vision and hearing. After 75, both processes accelerate. In vision, the lens hardens, presbyopia, and conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, and age-related macular degeneration, AMD, become more prevalent, severely limiting the light and detail reaching your brain. Simultaneously, the sensitive hair cells in the inner ear, cochlea, responsible for high-frequency hearing progressively die off, leading to social isolation and often cognitive strain. There is a powerful, research combination of specific antioxidants that is proven to protect the macula of your eye. You need to know the acronym, AREDS 2. The mental and social toll of sensory decline cannot be overstated. Untreated hearing loss is directly linked to an increased risk of dementia, largely because the brain expends so much energy straining to hear that it diverts resources away from cognitive processes. The defense for your eyes relies on the AREDS 2 formulation, a specific blend of high-dose vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, copper, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Talk to your ophthalmologist about this. For hearing, the defense is twofold: protection, avoiding loud noises, and correction, getting hearing aids promptly. Do not treat hearing aids as a sign of weakness. They are a sophisticated cognitive tool that prevents your brain from fatiguing and isolates you socially. How long has it been since you had a comprehensive hearing test, not just a quick screen? Do you ever avoid social gatherings because you find it too difficult to follow the conversation? Protect your windows to the world. Vision and hearing are not merely sensory functions. They are the delivery system for all the social connection, novelty, and learning that keeps your brain young. Their decline is a profound risk to your quality of life. We have unveiled the 10 physiological realities that come with the incredible milestone of 75 years, the silent theft of muscle and bone, the disrupted rhythm of sleep and temperature, the weakened immune system, the rigid arteries, the fragile balance, and the shrinking sensory world. This is not a list of doomsdays. It is a blueprint for a counteroffensive. Every single change we discussed is modifiable. Every decline can be slowed, and in many areas, reversed through precise, dedicated action. The key to victory over the aging process after 75 is consistency and specificity. You cannot rely on the general advice given to 40-year-olds. You must apply the specific leucine protocols for sarcopenia, the K2 and vitamin D for bone health, the hydration schedule for thermoregulation, and the specific AREDS2 formula for your eyes. You've just been given the map. Now, you need the vehicle. I want you to make one commitment right now. Choose 2 of the 10 changes we discussed that resonate most strongly with you, and start implementing the specific countermeasure today. Write those 2 changes and your chosen action in the comments below. This is your public contract with yourself. And before you go, if you found this information powerful, share this video with just one person over 65 who needs to see this blueprint. Smash the like button. Subscribe for continuous strategic longevity guidance. Thank you for watching. Your independence is non-negotiable.